Well, hello. So I've been gone for a while, and this is a new technique that I'm trying where you will be hearing my voice, and I will be focusing more on my voice, that way to surprise you with my looks later. So, we're going to do an SNL analysis. Yes, wonderful, wonderful stuff. So, I've been gone for a while, and the reason why I was gone from the SNL analysis situation was because they had a skit with a child and a joke, and I felt, nope, good night. And I actually did not even watch SNL for quite a while, for 2-3 episodes, and then I decided, you know what, they're family, I'm going to come back. So, because when you love someone, you take some time apart, and then you return because you understand the important work that has to be done. So, I decided to come back. So now I saw the Saturday Night Live episode with Adam Sandler, and I want to tell you, this deserves an Emmy. And I actually this has inspired me to make a video a little bit controversial that may tell you who is of most importance to SNL. Now, everybody's very important, but I'm going to make the Survivor cut. And the reason being is because Adam Sandler actually addressed it in the Fired song in the opening monologue. So, I recommend you can go and watch it. The link's at the bottom. Wonderful show. The best show I have ever seen. Yeah, one of the best shows I have ever seen. So let's start off. It starts off with Family Feud. And what was beautiful about Family Feud was that I wrote that for you. Family Feud. Family Feud was that you've got Leslie and Keenan, I believe, leading the pack with Cecily Strong, with the particular characters and association and bringing the certain element. Of course, Keenan was, manning the ship with his imitation of, I forget the guy's name. I think for Arya, she's not that excited, and the HGH joke, people are like, what? And you saw that, but because, and if you watch the show, you know that I give extra points certain times when they address really what's going on with America and something very powerful, and I felt that they did because of what's happening and how America has chosen and utilizing that in a beautiful way. So that's why they got an 11 for that particular skit. Then we go into the monologue, the beats. Adam Sandler, I'm going to tell you, is an absolute genius. And I'm not an Adam Sandler fan. I can't. There was that one skit with the Sandler family. I was like, okay. And I think if you follow Adam Sandler or if you follow popular media, there have been some people saying certain things and being like, oh, I think that there was definitely, and maybe perhaps even Sandler has dropped off from the radar of people. I know that a lot of people know that he's working with Netflix and he puts out some content there, but the question is, since the stuff that he made, what can we say that is really like, wow? What can we say that Adam Sandler is? Why? Why Sandler? Why should I watch your movie, Sandler? And this Saturday Night Live episode really showed it to me as to why Sandler is an American treasure, really. So you go into the monologue. You had some guest stars. I'm not going to reveal who they are. Go down there. So they got the extra points for that. 12 every beat, it's just beautiful. The song, all of it, wonderful. And the song was about being fired from SNL. And I think some of the people that are currently on SNL should really think about upping up their game and looking at their missteps and their growths and how they can become a better player. And I actually am going to break down the list for you. I'm going to Survivor it. So, because I love Survivor too. Then we got the CNN special. I felt that it was funny. Everything, there was laughs, the filters, beautiful, all of it. The only problem is that every line should be a joke. Every single, I think that it rested a little too much, just a tinge on the filters. I think that Beck Bennett really brought up that element. Cecily was strong. And everybody was really on their A game. Sandler, all of it. But I just felt that in the writing, maybe just a tad twitch, and that's why I gave it a 9. The close. Nope. Not having it. Not having it. I gave it a 2. And the reason why I gave it a 2, I gave it a 1, because it's a skit. And I gave it a 2 because it's a song. Other than that, nope, nothing. Not. It was actually. I felt that it was insulting. I was like, WTF? What is happening right now? And I think it brings me. There's some beautiful moments with Beck Bennett. Just wonderful, iconic moments with Beck Bennett. But then there's like this. And I'm like, okay. I don't have anything to say. I don't have any notes. I just, nope. My only no is nope. I don't know how this got past the, idea stage. I really don't. The Romano tours, beautiful. It gave us a little bit of a, like a smidget of a dessert, and then they had us manja, manja, manja on the jokes. It was just one after another. They were going higher and higher. And it really showed the strength of Sandler. It was a 10. The Sandler reunion, for me, I gave it a 9 because, again, I'm not a Sandler fan, and I put myself, it just felt, it picked up. It really picked up towards the end to the point where, if you're not a Sandler fan, you found it really hilarious. And because of that, I originally gave it a 9, but there was an extra guest star, so I gave it a +1, so it got a 10. Reactix, 10. Absolute. And interestingly enough, when I saw the thing, I thought it had something to do with Netflix, but it didn't. But it just, absolute beautiful. I mean, I wish that there was more points that I could give it, actually, because it was one of the most beautiful skits ever. It just built on top of itself to the culmination bang at the end, and you're just like, wow. Shawn Mendes, I listened to one song, and I'm going to start giving points to listening to the song. So if I listen to you, I'm going to give you a point. So I listened to it. I liked it all the way through. The second one, I was like, not enough. Then, What's in Your Wall? Oh, yeah. The newscast. The newscast, of course, they're always on point. 10 across the board. Kate, 10 across the board. It was just every joke, every beat. Opera Man. I think it's when you're in America, you have to walk that line, and you have to make these people laugh, and you have to make those people laugh, and you have to do it equally to the degree that everybody can laugh together and bring people together. And that's really, again, why Sandler is such an American treasure. So that was the Opera Man was a 10. I could give it extra points, but because of logistics, I can't. I kept thinking Sandler is a treasure. To me, I haven't seen his movies. I might go back and see his movies. Sandler needed this as much as SNL needed this, and it was a beautiful dance that they did together. SNL needed this because it's just they haven't had nothing. Kind of coasting, and so they needed to bring new fans, old fans, just people. And Sandler needed this because his previous movies have been it's like, I don't know what the Madison. I haven't even seen that one. I can't recall the last movie of Sandler that I actively wanted to go see. So now that I have seen this, I will actively. I know that he has a movie coming out with Jennifer Aniston, so I will actively make the effort to see it. So we've got that Donnelly's beautiful. I put a little star because I thought that what was wonderful is that they kept upping up the game. I'm not going to reveal the end, but it was just bigger and bigger and bigger. Kate McKinnon. This should be a movie, to find out the backstory of this character and where it's going and what it's doing. We're seeing it enough that we're clearly loving this character, and I know SNL have done hit and misses with the movies, but you know what? It's okay. Just do it. The last one. Do I have any other ones? Yeah, I think that's the last one. The last skit, which it sometimes it's difficult to judge these kind of things. I'm not going to tell you what it is because you got to go watch it. You really have to. And I want to download it, and I want to sing it, and I want to learn it, and I want different renditions, and I want other stars to do it, and it's just beautiful. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I gave it an 11 because it had jokes. And so it could be considered a skit. It had humor as long as if something's presented, and it's emotional. It's just like I don't know how to judge that. There's those kind of elements. So I take it out of the point system. altogether. It's like it didn't even happen. But with this, I can judge it, and I'm so happy that I was able to judge it because, of course, I did get excited when they get high points. I'm rooting for them, you know. So it was just they got a 96 out of 100, you know, with all the points included. They got 10. There was 10 skits, 10 skits, 10 points a piece. Out of 100, they got a 96. So I felt that they bought in their S game. I wish, you know, I don't know what S is. I guess they brought in an A game. S, I think it's plus over if they had gone. It was just a wonderful. I believe that it deserves an Emmy. I believe that this particular episode definitely deserves an Emmy. Across the board, wonderful, beautiful, left me crying, left me feeling, left me with understanding why SNL is such a cultural icon in America, you know, and it's gone through its waves. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this. What's beautiful about Sandler coming back is that it shows you the family, that cohesiveness that was. And I feel that in this particular cast, there really isn't that. I think that there's a forced element, and there's people puckering here and there, but I think with the social media, it's just this weird, and I think SNL's trying to navigate as technology changes, as things shift, how to create that unison and family, that even though you had the big stars back then, you still had really these amazing people that, I don't know if there was jealousy, but I definitely didn't see it. I don't see it jealousy here. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there is a meshing that is not happening so that we're getting the higher points. Does that make sense? I hope that it makes sense to you. But it got a 96 either way, and what is happening is that they're bringing in old people, and they're like being like, hey, what's the deal with this? Let's learn from me. And then they're stepping. Perhaps maybe Sandler will hopefully come back. Candace Bergen, I would love, and I think that kind of transition too, because Sandler has moved on to Netflix. Basically, they're like married. So what's wonderful is that Netflix and NBC can come in and be like, "Hey, what up, yo? Let's do this little publicity stunt," you know. And I felt that actually it was for, you know, you got Game of Thrones, you've got the Avengers, and you got SNL, like putting out their best of the best and saying this is what we got to show. And I believe that they really did. I believe that it was to that degree of historical elements that, you know, just make us laugh, except for holes. I'm gonna take a pill and forget that holes ever happened. Let me know in this and get caught up in a loop, in a roofie loop. I'm not. That's just a joke. Let me know in the comment section down below what that reference is. I just finished binging that, by the way. Do you love it? I love it. I would love to watch it with somebody else and see their reactions to it. I have a couple people. I love doing other things like cooking and then having something play with as I'm doing that, and then having their reactions. I love that. And what they think and what they grow without revealing what I know. I've gotten too far away. So what did you think about Saturday Night Live's episode? Who would you like to see host next? I'm hoping and I'm begging that Kristen Wiig is going to host with, what's her name? Wonder Woman. And, you know, I hope that they host together. So what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Either way, I want to wish you a wonderful, wonderful eternity.